user defined solid. Next, solid config. Next, solid request and solid response. Okay. So solid context, user defined solid, solid config, solid request and solid response. Solid context, till you didn't study. User defined solid, that object is created by web container to call lifecycle methods. That is already studied. Config, till I didn't explain. These two later. First this one, next this one, next this one, next this one. Like that I'll explain. So you write it. User defined solid object is created by web container. User defined solid object is created by web container. User defined solid object is created by web container to call lifecycle methods. User defined solid object is created by web container to call lifecycle methods. To call lifecycle methods. Till I didn't explain context. Till I didn't explain config. These two later. These two later we'll see. User defined solid object is created by web container to call lifecycle methods. Next, solid request. It is created by web container for every request. It is created by web container for every request. It is used to get request parameters. It is used to get request parameters. Solid response. It is created by web container for every request. It is used to create a stream to send response, to send the response to a client. It is used to create a stream to send the response to a client. It is used to create a stream to send the response to a client. Say every day you have seen lifecycle methods, service method compulsory. That purpose user defined solid object created. But every day you have seen solid response for creating a stream to send response to the client. But still you didn't see solid request. That is I'll explain today. config. After this one I'll explain. After that, this one I'll explain. Okay. Say, is it over? I'll open Eclipse. Say, this Servlet, if you see here, user defined Servlet nothing but first Servlet. User defined Servlet nothing but first Servlet. This first Servlet object created by web container to call this lifecycle method. Now, is it instance method or class method? How many ways to access? What are those? This class object required to call this method. This class object required to call this method. So this object created by web container. We are not creating. Web container creates. This object we are not creating. Web container creates. What purpose? To call lifecycle methods. Lifecycle methods: init, service, destroy. 3 methods called with this object only. Object we are not creating, container creating. With that object, this service method is going to be called. Init method, service method, destroy method. Those 3 methods are called with this object only. This is every program you have seen. Okay. After this, here, response.getWriter. We used response. What purpose? To create print writer. Print writer nothing but stream, server to browser. Stream, that is. Okay. That is a stream created. Now, here you observe print writer pw equal to response.getWriter. So with this response, getWriter method called, then print writer created. What purpose? To send this response. That is the reason I give notes here. It is used to create a stream. See, with this response, I created a stream, and to send the response to a client. Okay. It is used to create a stream to send the response to a client. This is over. So these two every day you have seen, every program you have seen. User defined Servlet you have seen, Servlet response you have seen. But Servlet request, Servlet config, Servlet context you have to study. These two already completed. Okay. In every program, service method we are writing or not? Every program, service method. But service method is instance method. That is a method we created in user defined Servlet with that object called. Okay. Servlet response. Every day we are using response.getWriter, response.getOutput stream. Every day we are writing. That is also we use it. Now you have to learn request. You have to learn config. You have to learn context. Okay. Now today you will learn request. It is used to get the request parameters. Which are request parameters? I'll explain. Suppose say here suppose this is an HTML page. For example, homepage.html, some homepage.html. Here, enter hall ticket number. Okay, otherwise I'll give. Suppose it is login.html. This HTML page name login.html. In this HTML, suppose username, password, year, submit. Okay. Now these two are called labels. These two are called labels. For this box in HTML page, we'll write name equal to something we'll write. Suppose you name, p word, like this will write in the program. In HTML program will write. It doesn't appears to you. These two are called request parameter values. Now, names. Request parameter names. Year. We'll write something. ABC. Something XYZ. Suppose here will write ABC. Here will write XYZ. These two are called request parameter values. Request parameter values. Now, to receive request parameter values, we use request parameter names. This totally called request parameters. That purpose we use. Whatever you typed in that box, we have to retrieve. That purpose Servlet request required. Right, this one. So this request parameter values, if you want to retrieve request parameter names, you have to write. This totally called request parameters. Okay. For retrieving request parameters, we use Servlet request. Say it's on login page. You want to open mailbox. Username, password required. Username, password you are providing. That information we can get it through Servlet. Now see how to retrieve. That purpose Servlet request required. That's what one application I'll give. Already you studied JDBC. Again JDBC required because that is database connection required. Is it over? One application I'll show you. One application. See. Suppose it is homepage.html. It is homepage.html. Here, suppose welcome to Naresh Technologies. Here, login registration. Here, login registration. Homepage.html. In this homepage.html, just welcome to Naresh Technologies login registration. Two hyperlinks. If you are a new user, you'll click on registration. If you are already existed user, you'll click on login. Suppose new user, you'll click on registration. Here, registration.html. It's one more HTML program. One more HTML program. Here, registration form. Okay, registration form. In this, first name, last name, username, password. You can write n number of first name, last name, address, mobile number, mail ID, whatever you want, you can write. Okay, I written four fields. First name, last name, username, password. Here, submit button, reset button. Submit button, reset button. If you click on submit, here you'll enter data. When you click on submit button, Sowlet. Suppose the Sowlet name is registration Sowlet.java. These all whatever you entered, these all received. First name, last name, address, username, password, whatever you entered, received. Received information stored in database. Received information will store in a database. Oracle database. Okay, just database, I'll write. Database. Here one table. User information. User info table. In this table, first name, last name, username, password. Here, first name, last name, uname, keyword. Okay, like whatever you enter, it will be stored in database. It is stored. One message. You have registered successfully. One message. Here, login hyperlink. Here, login hyperlink. When you click this login hyperlink, it's a one more page. If you click this login hyperlink, same page. Here, login.html. It will login form. Login form. Here, username. password. Submit, reset. If we type username, password, if we click on submit button, one more program, login solid, login solid.java. Given username, password received here. Username, password received. It will check in the database whether exists or not. Here, if exists, welcome that username. Else, invalid username or password. This is our task. Okay, write this one. Okay. Now JDBC required, Solid required, HTML required, all mixed. Okay. Is it over? Three HTML pages, two solids, but JDBC also required communicating with database. Okay, HTML, JDBC, solid. XML, XML instead of XML annotation you can write instead of XML. Is it over? Not over? See, it is homepage.html. Here, welcome to Naresh AI Technologies displayed, to hyperlinks displayed. Login hyperlink, registration hyperlink. If we click on registration hyperlink, reg.html. If we click on login, login.html. These also HTML programs only. Okay. Here, first name, last name, username, password. Not only these all, you can write n number of fields. You can design registration form. Even you click on submit button, whatever you typed here, received here. These are receiving purpose request parameters, Servlet request required. Okay. For receiving these all request parameters, Servlet request required. After receiving, we have to store in database. Nothing but JDBC required. Okay. After that message, you have registered successfully. For this message, Servlet response required. These four parameters received with Servlet request. It is stored in database with JDBC, and you have successfully registered response. That is Servlet response. Again, if you click login, it comes here. If you click here also, it comes here. Username, password, whatever you type. When you click on submit button, again received by login Servlet. It is Servlet request. Again communicating with database JDBC. If exists, welcome message. Otherwise, invalid username, password. This is a response. Okay. Now, this program you are going to see now. This program you are going to see. Say here life cycle methods will write. That's what user defined Servlet object. Request parameters are there. Response also is there. So we use this one. We use this one. This one. This is after this program we'll study. Okay. Now see the program. Now I'll close this window. File, new, dynamic web project. Suppose login. Click on next. Click on next. Now generate XML. Click on finish. Now, according to our program, now first home page. First home page. That is HTML. Okay. HTML page. So right click, new HTML. This is you have to select. So here all are there, you observe HTML, CSS, JavaScript, JSP, filter, listener, solid. All are present. Okay. Now right click, new HTML file. HTML file name homepage.html. Okay. You have to click on next. You have to click on finish. By default, like this comes. Whatever required, place. Otherwise, remove. Nothing will happen. Okay. Now, this all header section I'll remove. Now, HTML program. This is our task. Welcome to Naresh Technologies. Welcome to Naresh Technologies. Okay. After this, this text complete. I want center alignment. So you can use center tag also. Otherwise, you can use cascading style sheet also. CSS. Now center open, center close. Here, welcome to Naresh Technologies. Center printed. Now background color. Suppose BG color. Suppose green. Text color. Suppose yellow. Okay. Now this background color I given green. Text color I given yellow. This total content I given center. This is I want level 1 heading. Okay. Level 1 heading text. Big size letters. After this, login hyperlink, registration hyperlink. For hyperlink, which tag required? Anchor tag. Here, login. One more anchor tag. Registration. Okay. This anchor tag. Whenever you click this hyperlink reference href attribute, here login.html program should open. Here when you click hyperlink reference reg.html should open. See, it is HTML. Here you observe HTML open, HTML closed. In that body open, body closed. This is for background color green. This is for text color yellow. This is total content centered. It is level 1 heading displayed. These two as a hyperlinks created. With this A tag hyperlink created. But whenever you click login.html, whenever you click reg.html, now up to here only, if I execute, right click, run on server, save, localhost, Tomcat 10, next. These are not required. I'll remove. Unnecessarily deployed. That's what I'm removing. Now this is only deployed now. Finish. Okay. Now this file name. What is the file name I given? Homepage.html. Welcome to Naresh AI Technologies. Here, login registration. That is next line I want. Next line means we can go for line break. Okay, line break. Next line. It is line break. Next line comes. Otherwise, this color yellow. Something red. See, right click, run as, run on server, save. Homepage.html. Okay. See, whatever we required, that is we got it according to this. Okay. Now, say welcome to Naresh AI Technologies. Login hyperlink, registration hyperlink. If you click registration, reg.html, it is not there. That's what not found. After writing, it will come. Back, login. Say login.html, not found. Okay. Now writing is completed. This is HTML program. In this HTML program, you observe. This is for background color. This is for text color. This is for center alignment. This is for level 1 heading. This is anchor tag, hyperlink purpose. When you click login.html, when you click registration.html, okay. This is HTML program. Write this program. In this program, any doubt is there? It is just HTML. How many people are attending HTML? Okay. Remaining people also attend. Batch is there, I think, new batch. HTML batch, 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock, something is there. Check it out. Turn off your video. HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That batch you attend. As well as Oracle batch. Oracle also attend. Oracle database knowledge also required, compulsory. Is it over? So this anchor tag for creating hyperlink, like login created as a hyperlink. Whenever you click on this hyperlink reference, login.html. Whenever you click on this hyperlink reference, reg.html. Okay. These two. Login if you click login.html. Registration if you click registration.html. This is background color. This is text color. This is center alignment. This is level 1 heading. This is line break. Next line. HTML only tags are there, attributes are there. If you know the tags and attributes, you can write the program. There is no logic, there is no error, there is no exception. Nothing. Okay, it is very simple. Anybody can learn. That much easy. Only you should know tag names, you should know attribute names. That's it. Now, this is HTML program. This is called tag. This is called attribute. That is terminology. This HTML is a tag, body is a tag, center is a tag, H1 is a tag, but BG color is an attribute, text is an attribute, href is an attribute. Okay. This is attribute, BG color, text, href, these all. Now, this is HTML program. Next. This login.html, registration.html, two more programs. Okay. Now, new HTML, file name reg.html. Next, finish. Now, here registration.html, this one. First of all, background color, foreground color, text color, BG color. Okay, whatever you want, you can set. Suppose cyan, text, blue, whatever you want, you can set. This is background color, text color. After this, here, total content, I want to make it as center. So, center alignment. First of all, I want to display this heading, registration form with underlined text. Now, level 1 heading, underlined text, registration form. Now, this registration form displayed with level 1 heading, big size letters, underlined text. Text is underlined. Okay, like this. Registration form with underlined text and level 1 heading. This total content centered. Background color cyan, text color blue. After this, now if you want to create this type of boxes, these all form tag required. Form tag. So form open, form close. In between, first name. Input type equal to text. Then text box created. Name equal to some name, F name I'm writing. That is required for Solid. Next line. Next line. Last name. Input type equal to text. Text box created. Something L name. Whatever we are writing here, that is we have to remember, we are writing Solid. I'll give notes, I'll give. Username. Input type equal to text. Name equal to uname. Line break. Password. Input type equal to password. Then only stars are displayed. Otherwise text is displayed. That is password box now. Name equal to something p word. Line break. Next. Input type equal to submit. Then submit button created. Input type equal to reset. Reset button created. Now I'll explain. I'll give notes also about this because this information important. Here, whenever submit button is clicked, whenever submit button is clicked here, this Solid should be executed. Whenever you click on this submit button, this Solid should be executed. That's what this Solid URL pattern we ought write here. Action equal to servlet URL pattern. That is suppose reg. Now suppose this URL pattern I written reg. Whenever you click on the submit button, this is called automatically. Notes I'll give. After program I'll give notes. Say whenever submit button is clicked, then this action executed automatically. That means registration servlet executed. Whenever reset button is clicked, these all fields, whatever you entered, erased. It will become empty. Reset. It will reset. Okay. Here you observe up to here. If I run, what will happen? See, right click, run as, run on server, save. Here homepage.html. If I click registration form, here you can type first name, last name, username, password. Whenever you click submit button, see here what is happened, you observe reg. But f name equal to, l name equal to, u name equal to, password also displayed. Password also displayed, no? Actually it is confidential data. That's what there are some HTTP methods are there. I'll explain. That is also I'll give notes. Method equal to post out right. Then it will not display. Why? What is the difference? I'll explain. There are 7 HTTP methods. So if I run now, say run as, run on server, save. Next, finish. Now it will not display. If I click on registration, see. Now if I click submit button, see, are you getting username, password? No. Okay. There are 7 HTTP methods are there. 7 HTTP methods are there. It is a one method. What's the difference? I'll explain. Here, one more thing you observe. Whenever you click on submit button, whatever you write here, that is executed. Whenever submit button is clicked, whatever you write here, that is executed. This is, I written URL pattern of this servlet. That means that servlet is going to be executed. Okay. Now, whenever you click reset button, these all fields data erased. This method equal to post. If I don't write, you have seen what is happened. First name, last name, address bar, everything displayed in address bar. Okay. Everything displayed in address bar. These are written. Now, this program attributes program, I'll explain. Suppose now you observe, I'll write one more line break. Here, suppose input type equal to button, I'll write. What will happen? See, input type equal to button. One button created, but no label. Just turn off your videos. Say, if I click registration, say here button created, but no label. And if we click also, it doesn't work. But reset button works. See, if I reset, see, if I reset, it is erased. But this is not working, no? Suppose, what I'll do, just you observe, here value equal to, I'll write submit. Then it appears submit, but doesn't work. But it is not a submit button, it is a normal button, label submit are written. See, here, see, it appears like a submit button. It is not submit button. See, not working, no? It appears like a submit button, but it is not normal. It is not submit button. It is normal button. Submit button only by default works. Submit and reset. These two buttons by default works. Remaining buttons you have to write the logic. With the JavaScript you have to write. But only submit reset button by default works. See, if I reset, it's working. But submit, not working. So because it is not a submit button, it is normal button. If you want to write submit, you write here submit. Type equal to submit, you have to write. Then it is called submit button. See, now it works. Now see, homepage.html. When you click registration, see, if you type username, password is all. When you click submit, see reg, whatever I given in the action equal to, that is. So it is not a now it is submit button. Here these all, this attribute, this all I have to explain because Solid purpose required this knowledge. Now write this program first. I'll give notes about submit button, reset button, method equal to post, action equal to reg, name, f name, l name. These all notes I'll give. Is it over? Here, this reg, it is a URL pattern of registration solid. URL pattern of registration solid. So this F name, L name, U name, P word, these all. Request parameter names. Okay, first one write it enough, remaining you can understand. Just F name, you write it as a request parameter name. Then you can understand these also request parameters. Request parameter names. Whatever we are going to type, that is value. Whatever we are going to type, that is value. Is it over? Say it is submit button, it is reset button. Now next write it. Default functionality available for submit and reset buttons only. Default functionality available for submit and reset buttons only in HTML. Submit and reset. These two buttons only default functionality available. Whenever submit button is clicked, then the value of action attribute is executed. Value of action attribute in a form tag. Whenever submit button is clicked, then the value of action attribute in a form tag is executed. Whenever reset button is clicked, then all fields data erased. Whenever reset button is clicked, then all fields data erased. Is it over? Default functionality available for submit and reset buttons only in HTML. Whenever submit button is clicked, then the value of action attribute is in a form tag is executed. Whenever reset button is clicked, then all fields data erased. You have seen. See, if we click on this, the value of action attribute in a form tag executed. Whenever reset button clicked, these all fields data, whatever you entered, data erased. Okay. Now, this is you have to learn. Method equal to post. There are 7 HTTP methods. First one, get. Second one, post. Third one, head. Fourth one, delete. Fifth one, put. Sixth one, trace. Seventh one, options. It is not compulsory to write capital letters, but identification becomes easy. That is the reason I written in capitals. In the program, the important. If you write in capital, very quickly you can identify. That's what I written. You can write small letter also works, capital also works, mixed letter also works. Because HTML is not a case sensitive. You can write whatever you want. Okay. No, 7 only is there. Get, post, head, delete, put, trace, options. 7 HTTP methods. There are 7 HTTP methods. Tried it. Default HTTP method is get. Default HTTP method is get. Default HTTP method is get. This is default. Without writing any HTTP method, by default that is get. Okay, but I written post. These 5 not required. These 2 only in use. Get, post. Differences between get and post. One side get, one more side post. Differences between get and post. One side get, one side post. In this HTTP method, request parameters are included in a request header in a packet. In this HTTP method, request parameters are included in a request body. In a packet. In this HTTP method, request parameters are included in a request header in a packet. In this HTTP method, request parameters are included in a request body in a packet. What is that? I'll explain. Try this one. So data traveled client to server, server to client in the form of packets only. In your academic, one subject is there, data communication. In that you studied. So packets will be there. In a packet, always two parts will be there. It is packet, header part less, body part more. It is header. It is body. Now, if you use get, all request parameter, first name, last name, username, password, whatever you entered, those all included here. Those all included here. In this place included. If you use post, here included. First you write this one. Whatever you typed, first name, last name, username, password, whatever you enter, no, in a packet here included. If you use post, here included. That is first difference. So if you use get, first name, last name, address, username, password, whatever you entered, that is included in header part. If you use post, that is included in body part. That is first difference. With this difference only, other differences you can understand. So while sending data client to server, packets created. That every packet contain header part, body part. Header part is less, body part is more. Header part not increased, body part is increased. Is it over? Here, second difference. Here, size of the data is limited. Here, size of the data is not limited. Here, size of the data is limited. Here, size of the data is not limited. Here, size of the data is limited. Here, size of the data is not limited. Say, in a packet, header part, body part will be there. Header part is fixed size. Body part can be increased. That's what get method what will happen, where it is included, header part is fixed. More than that, if you enter, the data truncated. And here, more than n number of bytes, you can enter, accepted. Okay, because size can be increased here. But how much size limit here? That it depends upon browser, depends upon version. Some browsers support 8 KB, some browsers support 16 KB. Like that, depends upon browser, depends upon version. That is the reason only just limited I given. Okay. Next. Here, in this In this approach, request parameters are displayed in address bar. In this approach, request parameters are not displayed. See, you have seen whatever we type out displayed in address bar. Parameters are not displayed. So if the data is confidential, which one you have to use? Which one you have to use if the data is confidential? Post, because it is not displayed. There in address bar only displayed. Your password, PIN number, security code, mobile PIN, all will be displayed in address bar. Then other people can see your password. That's what we have to go for post. If the data is confidential, we have to go for post. Here, here request parameters are stored in browser history. Here request parameters are not stored in browser memory. Here request parameters are stored in browser history. So even later also we can see the data. Later also we can see the data. Here request parameters are stored in browser history. Here request parameters are not stored in browser memory. Say whatever we visited websites, all will be stored in history, no? In that browser, how many websites opened, how many times opened, all the complete information we can see. So suppose that complete information stored in a browser history. Later also we can open, we can see the passwords. That type of problem comes. Okay. Here not stored. Next. It can be bookmarked. It cannot be bookmarked. It can be bookmarked. It cannot be bookmarked. It can be bookmarked. It cannot be bookmarked. Bookmark nothing but, see, suppose in a browser window, already two bookmarks are given. This is one bookmark. This is one bookmark. See, while entering, while joining in a Zoom meeting, now if I click this one, it is directly Zoom meeting open. No need to enter again and again meeting ID. Like that, what are the websites you visited, which are frequently you will visit? That is, you can make a bookmark. Then directly you can click that page can be opened. So this is bookmark bar. This is bookmark bar. Bookmark manager. Show bookmark bar. See, bookmark manager. You can manage. If you don't want, you can delete also. Here, this is favorite symbol. This is star symbol is then. This is if you click, it will be created. Suppose one website you visited, that website again required. You can make it bookmark. Just you click. Later, that appears here. Later, directly you can click that. You can see that website. No need to remember address also. No need to remember that URL also. Bookmark that is saved in browser. Like a bookmark manager. Here, so many bookmarks you can create. The address. This is just show bookmark bar displayed. Here, this is if you click. This is also bookmark added. See now Google home page also we can make it as bookmark. That is going to be stored here. New tab. See again, if you don't want, delete. Suppose Yahoo Mail. No, this is Yahoo Mail. This page I want to make it as bookmark. You can make it. This one, what you can do, you can click. Here it will ask whatever you want. You can write. Suppose Yahoo Mail. Done. That is appears here. See next time what you can do. Now if you want to open Yahoo Mail, you click this. That is bookmark. Okay. So with the get, that information can be bookmarked. But post is there not possible. The data. Okay. Now next. It is little fast. It is slow. It is little fast. It is slow. But here, what will be happen? All will be request parameters concatenated as a one string. One string. That's what at a time passed. It is one by one passed. Slow. Little bit slow. Fraction of seconds only. But slow or fast is not important here. Confidential data is there. Compulsory we have to go for post only. Data, if it is confidential, then compulsory you have to prefer post only. Otherwise, your password, username, all people can see, other people can see. Okay. Like that, you have to select whether get or post. Is it clear? Now, this is one program. Next, one more program. Login.html. This is almost same, only two fields not there. Okay. Now that's what I copied. Right click, new HTML file. Login.html. Now that is I'll paste here. I'll remove username, password. I'll remove first name, last name. Over. This is I'll make it login form. This is I'll make it login. Over. The remaining same. Okay. Right this one. Because that program, this program only little bit different. What is login here? URL pattern of login solid. What is uname and pword here? Request parameter names. Request parameter names. Over. URL pattern of login solid. It is request parameter names. When you click on submit button, this login solid executed. See, I'll run this program. You see, is it over? Now, right click, run as, run on server. Okay, otherwise this colors I'll change. Right click, run as, run on server. First homepage.html. Okay. Now, whatever I given here, like that we received, we got it. Now, if I click registration, say registration form, first name, last name, username, password, submit, reset. So like this, we got it. This login, back, login, say login form. Okay. So login form, login, registration, these all, we got it. Now, this is designing. Actual part is here. Okay. These three HTML programs did nothing. Actual part is here. We have to receive first name, last name, username, password. We have to store in database. After that, login. Here, we have to receive username, password. We have to check in the database. If exists, welcome. Otherwise, invalid. And part is these two. These two we'll see on Monday. Okay. Monday, you'll see continuation. These three HTML only designing, it is nothing.